So what's a double standard you caught yourself in? Or has there been a double standard?
Me telling somebody to work out and I wasn't doing it. I can't sit here and promote it and not do it. So. Welcome to another episode of Not Yo Avg Aunties podcast. And I am Joe.
I'm Key.
And I'm Jay. And we are here keeping it real,
raw,
and relatable.
And sharing our experiences.
And opinions.
And feelings.
Yes, baby. What are we talking about today?
Holding ourselves to some sort of the same standards.
Some sort? She done turned that all the way around. Are we holding ourselves to the same standards that we hold others? Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. She's trying to switch things up.
She's like, some sort of standards. Are we holding ourselves
to the same standards
as we set for others?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So I guess let me lead it off with a question. So are we guilty of expecting things from people that we don't do ourselves?
I think everyone. I'm going to be real general because I know you don't like talking generals, but I think a lot of people do.
You think so?
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't look in the mirror, man. I think so. I mean,
it just depends on
what. Well, are you asking us individually ourselves? Is the question directed at us or just in general?
So, you already answered. You said in general. So now let's pose it to ourselves.
Okay.
Are we guilty of expecting things from other people that we don't do ourselves?
I don't think so. Well, I'm going to speak for myself. I don't think so because I'm a person of things are within my power and I say I'm going to do something. This is why I don't necessarily make promises. If I'm going to do something, I'll tell you an emphatic yes. Because I know I can do it. I have the capacity at that time.
Yep.
If I'm unsure, I will tell you I'll get back to you and then make a decision when I know whether I can or I can't. And if I can't, I can't. So I feel like I do. People may feel otherwise, but I feel like I do.
I'm one of those where I try to please. I will try and please everybody. So I overextend myself sometimes. And I'm realizing that now because I've been busy for the last 3 weeks. I mean, I haven't been this busy in a very long time. And I promised someone that I would be at an event last night. And I found so many different ways to try and get out of it because I was just so tired. But I didn't want to disappoint this person. So I pushed myself. I took a 5-hour energy drink and I left. And I went, but I didn't stay the whole time. I did tell her that I wasn't going to stay long, but I just wanted to show up because we've been getting close now. But now it looks like she's trusting and wanting to hang out. So when she invited me, I didn't want to.
You wanted to make sure you made good.
Yeah.
So would you say you hold yourself to a higher standard than you hold other people?
Yeah, I do.
I think maybe you should hold yourself to a higher standard. Not in the way that, when I say that,
it's not in a bad way or anything like that.
Yeah, not in a bad way. I guess from expectations. I guess I should expect more from myself than I would expect from others. I should put it that way. Not necessarily a higher standard.
I don't know that am I guilty of expecting things from people that I don't do for myself?
See, this goes back to the trust issue because if I don't depend on anybody else to do anything for me, I won't never get disappointed.
Yeah.
So I guess,
Okay, so then the next respect is do we give ourselves more grace than we give others?
No.
No?
That's a very easy no. I give people more grace than I give myself.
So now I just made a statement the other day. I just found out that someone's health is slightly deteriorating. And I see now that he's starting to take my advice about the exercising and stuff. But at the same time, I'm giving him advice, making sure that you get to stay here longer. And I'm not doing the same. So I said, I need to follow my own advice I'm giving you to make sure that you're here, and I need to do the same. So it just made me think about I need to do more self-care.
So that goes back to the first question. Are we guilty of expecting things from people that we don't do ourselves? So you are guilty of that. So you just put things in perspective. I think sometimes a lot of us do that.
Yeah, because I think it comes from, again, giving grace to others that we don't give to ourselves. But I feel like coming from a capacity of wanting to help, we're always willing to help other people times more than we willing, I wouldn't say willing, but are doing better by ourselves. So, I mean, it also goes to sometimes people give advice that they don't even follow. It's not because they don't want to or whatever. I don't know the reason behind it, but people do a lot of that. So I think to that same vein, right? Are we holding ourselves to standards that we are not holding other people to? Like if I'm offering, I'm in a similar position where I'm trying to do better health-wise and stuff like that. And I started this journey a while. I started it, stop. Right now now I'm very intentional and I'm very committed and I'm sticking to it. And I'm trying to bring this person along with me. But I'm not going to let myself get worked up if they don't
follow.
Like, we'll have a conversation. We'll talk about what we ate that day. And I know what I'm definitely cooking for myself. I mean, I always cook for myself for the most part. I very rarely eat out unless it's at a dinner or something like that. I take my lunch to work and everything. And if I don't take my lunch to work, it is going to be a salad, right?
Okay.
So this person is not always doing that. And I'm like, okay. But I'm going to continue to hopefully until they start to see.
They may rub off.
Right. And that's my hope. So, yeah.
See, the health piece, I mean, I'm always trying something new. I'm big on like the fusion drinks. I'm always doing the ginger water and things like that. So that part I do follow. And when I give advice, I hope you would take it also because it does help. Because I don't take any medicine, knock on wood. I'm still with the holistic approach. But the physical aspect, that's where, yeah. So walking has been the only thing
walking is good.
I know it is, but I miss getting in the gym and I need to get back to that
That's
part.
okay.
That's what I want.
One step at a time. One foot in front of the other.
So what's a double standard you caught yourself in? Or has there been a double standard?
Me telling somebody to work out and I wasn't going. I can't sit here and promote it and not do it. So
okay, so
I'm trying to think of one. Maybe in the past, but right now I'm looking forward. So I'm not thinking about the past. And right now I'm doing what I said I'm going to do. So that's all I'm thinking about. But I'm quite sure I may have done something in the past that was a double standard where I said you should do this and I'm doing the complete opposite and I should be doing the same thing. I'm not going to say I haven't. Yeah, I'm quite sure I have.
Do we feel like there's an opportunity for us to check ourselves when we're being hypocritical like that?
Absolutely.
Like, even in the moment when you say, yeah, you should be doing it, you think to yourself,
absolutely. Yeah. You probably are, but you start telling them. You're not telling them. You're like, no, you better, and you should, and you should. And you were like, God damn it,
That's why that conversation came up because I was checking myself. He's telling me now that he's doing things to get better in health. And I'm sitting there, you finally taking my advice, and here I go not doing it. So we were laughing about it, but I'm like, yeah, I need to, Now that I see
you even told you wasn't doing it.
Y'all would have been like, yeah, man.
He wasn't going to work.
They're like, oh, shit. Let me go downstairs and get on this damn color.
Yes.
So I just wanted to, we talking about it, and this just happened like a week ago.
That is too funny. I think that's good. Are we quick to call out red flags? I think you said that, and others that while ignoring our own. Yeah.
Sometimes we do. At least you held yourself accountable. The worst part is the person that doesn't. That's so quick to be like, man, well, what are you doing?
Right.
And they're like, and you know what I mean? Like they holier than thou and shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's the worst piece.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Is there one standard you refuse to compromise on no matter what?
That's a good one.
For me, it is do not say you're going to do something
and don't
do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't like liars. Because once I see that, then I'm definitely putting you in a different box. You know, I could really be done. You think that just those standards, like you got to just be authentic, be yourself. Don't be a fake. I think I respect people when they're being themselves as opposed to putting up this facade that when I know there's something there that they're willing to show, it's like, I can't trust you. Another one that's really been on my mind heavily now, and I don't know that I felt this way years ago. But as I've gotten older and just, I don't know, thinking about different things is like, I don't know that I can trust a person that doesn't take care of their kids.
Absolutely.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man or woman.
Yeah.
Like, if you are being malicious to them, I can't trust you. I don't want to do no business with you. I can't trust you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the hell's going on in your head.
You can do that to a kid.
So
who knows?
You can do that to anybody.
I can't. Yeah, I just can't do it.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. If I have any other standards. I mean, that's the biggest one for me. I don't like empty promises. I'll say, don't make me no promise. You say you're going to do it with the best intention and you trying all your might and things happen. I can understand that better than you coming up with some BS excuse because you just wasn't really going to do it. Or you offer your help and then come back and say, do you really need my help? Do you really want me to do that? What kind of nonsense is that?
They didn't want to do it.
So don't offer.
They felt like they were obligated, or they felt like they get kudos for. They was hoping that you say no.
Don't ask.
When they first offered, it was like, let me just do this so I could get some.
Let's try that.
Goodie points.
Yeah. And I equate both of those things. I think people who do that, people who don't do the things they say they're going to do, and people who offer things just for brownie points or whatever, I think they fall into the category of lying too.
Yeah.
Liars.
Yeah, I just don't like the people that are like shiesty. That
Yes.
just never, I can't deal with it. I don't want to deal with them.
Yep.
I don't like when they do shiesty stuff like that. It's like you're trying to get over. And sometimes people do that to prove a point to certain, and I don't agree with it. I don't think that's just not a good thing.
So in this idea or this conversation of holding ourselves to standards that we expect of others, do we go back and look? I know we talk about self-reflection all the time. Do the standards change for yourself? And with that, will they change for others? Like, if I felt this way today, I no longer feel that way. My standard has now since changed. Am I going to make that same change for other people, or I'm still going to hold them to my old standard? Because
I'm just not willing to waste time anymore. That's pretty much where I am now. That's why I'm just not wasting time anymore. I just have certain things that I am not willing to change. I'm not willing to buckle down on it. And if you can't understand me or show me that this is what you want, well, we don't need to waste each other's time anymore.
I think you meant to say you're buckling down, you're not backing down. You said I'm not willing to buckle down. So I just want to make sure you're not backing down.
I'm not backing down from what I'm looking for anymore.
Got it.
I'm not willing to settle.
Yeah.
This is what I want.
Yeah.
This is how I want it. And if I can't get it that way, then I
think at this stage of the game, not getting younger, and I don't think we should. I think you should go for what you want, ask for what you want, and the right person will meet you there.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
just make sure you're holding yourself to those same standards, no double standards.
No, I don't have a problem being equal in it, but I need you to show me that this is what you want. I'm just not going to go out my way to prove to you or prove to anyone that I can be this way if you're not showing me the same. Actions play a big part. You can't sit there and bark one way, but then doing something totally different.
Yeah, equally, I think sometimes people have that thing where it's like, there's a rule for you, but not for me.
Yes.
You know? And that's not the way to be.
Yes.
You know, but I think sometimes that happens. Like, hey, you got to do that. I ain't got to do that. You know, and it's like, what? Wait, what are we talking about here? You know? So.
Well, yeah, you got to do it because I'm the man and you the woman. No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah. There's some people that are like that, and there's some women that would abide by that. We're just not that's okay. We're just not those types of women. So do you have any other questions or?
I don't have any other questions or any other thoughts around this topic.
Go for your fun fact.
Fun fact. So, research shows most people experience something called the self-others bias, where they hold others to higher standards than themselves, or vice versa, depending on their self-esteem and upbringing. Perfectionists and people pleasers, in particular, often expect more from themselves than anyone else, leading to chronic self-criticism. Meanwhile, some folks project high expectations outward, but secretly cut themselves a lack of slack. Classic defense mechanism move. So here's a philosophical thought. If you demand grace, patience, and understanding from others, why deny yourself the same? In fairness, truly about equal expectations or about recognizing where you yourself need compassion most? And this is a self-reflection prompt. What standards do I set for others that I struggle to meet myself? Are these standards rooted in my values or my fears?
Well, I'll say it goes back to the old adage saying that we are our own worst critics. We are harder on ourselves than we are on others. So those are some good facts and give you some food for thought. Like we need to start asking ourselves those questions. Why do we give other people more grace than we give ourselves? And why are we so much harder on ourselves than other people? We give other people way too many passes.
Yep.
Agreed.
That was the reason why I like that. So I
I like
Me too.
that. I like
You got to
that.
be kind to yourself and then give yourself grace.
Yep,
If anybody you should be kind to is you. Build yourself up.
absolutely.
Nobody can big you up but you.
That's right.
Nobody can love you better than you.
That's
Yeah.
right. Ooh.
No matter what they tell you.
That's why you're supposed to go on dates. Yeah, so
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
So this is
Unpopular
this is
opinion.
an interesting opinion. We
All right.
hold strangers to higher standards than we hold our own friends.
strangers.
I don't know how you can hold a stranger to, you don't even know them.
Yeah, that is not.
It's interesting, I said.
Can you repeat that?
We hold strangers to higher standards than we hold our own friends. I would think the opposite. Depending on the type of friendship you have, if you care about them enough, you're going to hold them.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on a minute.
Why would you expect that from a stranger?
Wait, so I'm looking at it from the perspective of like celebrity. Sometimes we hold them to a very high standard.
Yes.
Higher than we would do anybody within our own circles.
Yes.
Right? Why she should be able to do that. We hold them here, but if we forget their people.
Sense. Yeah. Makes more sense.
Their people. Yeah, we do that a lot with celebrities.
When you think about the people, more so basketball players and football and sports, right?
Yeah.
My son is watching you and you out there doing this and that and the other. You should be teaching your son.
Yeah, not them.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
But
exactly.
Yes, you make
I think in that context, then I can see what that can be.
Absolutely.
I guess that's only for the person that really has like a real fan and they follow everything they do.
But some people do. A lot of people on social media be wilding out.
Yeah, and
they be wilding out, man.
But you still can't hold them accountable for how they act and behave in their lives and the impression that they're making on your child.
Yeah.
Or you, for a matter of fact. Like,
but you're controlling what your child is watching. Exactly. So it's not their responsibility. That's yours.
Exactly.
Okay.
This one is a true opinion. Everyone wants honesty until they hear something they don't like. I don't say everyone because I like to hear the truth. But lots of people can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. But
that was such a classic movie.
I know.
You want answers? I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't.
Yes, I get it.
Classic.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
But
I agree, though.
I think a lot of people can't. They can't take it.
Yeah.
They can't take it. And the ones that seek it and solicit it and then can't take it, oh my gosh, they kill me.
Don't ask. You just gotta sit. They gotta sit with it for a little bit.
No, sometimes they're asking for feedback, and then they will either debate you on it or they just can't take it. So why are you asking me? Especially if they notice you're the person that's going to tell them the truth. Don't ask. But you have people that do that. Those are some opinions.
Your unpopular opinions. All right. Well, I don't got a story time. I'm so sorry, folks. I didn't have one prepared for this one, but this was a very interesting topic. I think where it ultimately lands is that the standards that you set for yourselves, you got to just make sure you can... What the fuck am I trying to say?
I think what she's trying to say, people. The standards that you're setting for others, you should also honor those same standards for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
On the flip side, the same grace you give to others, give to yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And exercise understanding. Try to give yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. And when in doubt, go to therapy, damn it.
Pretty much.
Heal. Yes. Go touch some grass. Don't
get out in nature.
Don't be miserable.
Touch the grass with your feet.
Yeah, seriously.
Some people don't like
do that.
Some people don't.
I know. I do.
I love fresh cut grass.
The grass got to be like accurate for me to even attest to it. And I may do a few steps, but then I'm throwing my slippers back on.
Can't do it. But yeah, so we appreciate you tuning into this lovely episode. Hit us with the comments. Let us know if you've ever been subjected to a standard that other persons were holding you to, but they didn't hold themselves to. We'd love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments.
Yeah.
And listen, because I didn't have a story time, share your story. And we'll highlight it in the next episode.
Love that.
Thank you so much for listening and tuning in.
Cheers.
Cheers.